Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Team Tiny hop for you, and this month's hashtag is Team Tiny Spring Hop. So you will find that linked in the title and in the description box to find more inspiration from other YouTube crafters. So for today's project, I'll be using a few different stamp sets. So this is the Simon Says Stamp Beautiful Flowers set, and then the Honeybee Stamps Treat Yourself. So I'm going to set those aside and get started on the card, and you will see what I do with these two stamp sets and combine them. So this is my background, and I'm using some Speckled Egg Distress Oxide inks and the Rabbit Hole Designs blending brush just to ink up the background and give the stamps that I'm going to be stamping to create a little bit of a scene a background. And then I'm going ahead and adding some water by flicking it on here from my mister, and that's just going to create a little bit more on the background. And then once that is all done and I am happy with it, I can dry it and I can move on and get the rest of the card going. So this is the Honeybee Stamps Treat Yourself that you just saw there, and I'm going to be stamping two of the elements from there. I'm going to be stamping the to-go cup and then the Frappuccino cup as well. And so yeah, the idea behind this card was it is spring, so there's flowers blooming outside. You're going to see me bring in those flowers from the Beautiful Flowers set from Simon Says Stamp, and so the flowers are blooming outside and it's starting to be warm and cozy, and all I want to do is get out my hammock. It might be too early yet because that's a summer thing, but all I want to do is get out my hammock and get a coffee, a nice coffee or a warm coffee, and relax in my hammock. And so when I was picturing this spring card, it's I want to bring those two things into this card and say happy spring. So those are all stamped out, and I'm using just some Distress Oxide ink to blend those really quickly. So two different colors there. I was just experimenting with this, so I didn't have to go in and color those. And then I did go ahead and stamp it one more time just to bring those lines back out. I've never done it like this before, but it was a really cool way to color in the flowers really quick. And so as I go ahead and color these in the next part here, I'm just going to go ahead and say, if you've been following me here for a while, you're going to know what Team Tiny is about. It's a group on Facebook where small YouTube channels under 1,000 subscribers can come support each other and share inspiration with you. You get a lot of great content in one hop. And we love to share what we love to do with you and inspire you and bring you inspiration, ideas for your crafting. And we appreciate you guys stopping by so much. If you like what you're seeing, we would love for you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can come back to see more and we can inspire you when we upload. And yeah, we thank you so much for supporting us and watching our videos. It means so much that we can share what we love to do with you, and there may be prizes along the way, so stay tuned for that. Everybody will tell you if there is a giveaway on their individual channels, so definitely hop along for spring themed projects and inspiration and for surprises along the way. So just coloring this up, I wanted to go with a pink kind of brown feel and keep it pretty simple with the coloring. And then I added the grays in to bring out those white areas. And yeah, it's kind of just experimenting with my colors this time around, and I used the blending brush, the blending marker quite a bit to blend out those grays. But I really like how it turned out in the end. I'm definitely just a experimental colorer. I don't know all the ins and outs, and I just go with it and I make it work. So here is the idea that I was going with, and then the sentiments that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be stamping them in this Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink because I'm going to be embossing this with gold, and I love how it turned out. I recently got some gold embossing powder, and it is so fun and looks so cool. So this sentiment there is from the Treat Yourself from Honeybee Stamps, and that says, with enough coffee, anything is possible. And then the Happy Spring stamp is actually from another stamp set. It is from Simon Says Stamp Bunny Wishes stamp set. And I'll have all of the supplies that I used today listed down below in the description box. If you are curious of what I used or want to take a closer look, you will find the links to those down below. So here is that gold embossing powder that I was telling you about. This is the Simon Says Stamp gold embossing powder, and just getting it back in there so we don't lose any and we can keep using it on our projects. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat set this. And I love watching embossing powder melt, but there's just something about the gold. It's even better. It's like, ooh, shiny. I've used silver before, but the gold is just like, yeah. So that is melting, and then I will go ahead and assemble the rest of the card. And I ended up going with a foam tape for this to pop it up and just add a little bit of dimension on the different layers and all of that. And I just really love how this looks with the flowers just behind the coffee cups. And I do end up putting the other flower that I stamped and colored on the inside of the card. I just didn't want it to go to waste. At first, when I was creating this card in my head, I was like, oh, maybe all three of these will work. So I wanted to go ahead and color that one up as well, just in case. Wasn't really sure where this card was going completely, but I ended up putting that on the inside. So just getting this all into place, and then I felt like it still needed something and I could not figure it out. I didn't want the card to be too busy because there's a lot going on and there's a lot in the coffee cups and the flowers. And I was thinking maybe sequins, but I felt like that would be too much. So I kept going back and forth with what I wanted to add or if I wanted to add anything. But you'll see pretty soon here what I end up doing. Also, just want to say thank you so much to my recent subscribers. I just had a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel here. I hope you are inspired along the way and you stick around. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and I'm so grateful that you come and hang out with me as I craft and I can share what I love to do with you. So thank you so much. Alright, so just popping that last piece into place, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the final touch. So I'm going to pull out, first I'm going to put this in the inside as well, quickly. Don't show you the heal process here, I don't think. I don't remember. Pop that in there, and so for the last part of the card, I pulled out some Enamel Dots from my collection, and I have not used these in like forever. They're ones I picked up from the dollar store years ago, and here they are, and I was just playing around with the positioning. Pick some pink ones to go with the pinks. And at first I had 3, but then I decided to just do 2 in the corners, and I felt like it just finished it off and brought a little bit more pink to those corners, and I really love the shiny words, and that is my card for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and definitely check out that hashtag Team Tiny Spring Hop for more inspiration, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.